All right. Let's give everybody a second here. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Hello, hello, my friends. Happy Tuesday. The thing is going. The thing is going. And I did not turn my thing on silent either. There we go. There we go. All is better now. Okay. Hey friends! I hope everybody is doing well tonight. We've already got a nice little chat roll going. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is gonna be rough. This is gonna be real rough. Let me tell you. And anybody who follows me on Instagram and may or may not have seen my Instagram stories today knows why it might be rough. Can you hear my dog? I don't know. Can you even hear her? She's all the way downstairs and on the other side of the house. And apparently somebody just dared to walk on her sidewalk. Be warned, if you walk by my house, that's what will happen if she catches you on her sidewalk. Miss Gracie, oh my goodness. So, anybody watch me on Instagram today and see why it might be a little bit of a rough live stream? I did I was influenced today, as one would say. You know, you follow influencers on various things, and the whole point of being an influencer is you are influenced by their choices, their actions, their products, etc., etc. This influencer was influenced today, and I did two things that I have been seeing all over Instagram. And both of them, I think, were maybe kind of sort of a success, and maybe not both at the same time. We'll see. But first, let's see who all is here, because I'm seeing all my friends pop up, which is wonderful. My mother-in-law was the first one to chat in the chat roll today. Good for you. Brandy's here, Cindy and Sarah and Lissa and Julie and Marie and Rosie and Jennifer and Babs. Yes, my friends. Oh my goodness, and Trudy and Rose and Mick is here. Hello, my friend. Good to see you. Oh my goodness, Rose. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I enjoyed your closet cleaning video. Thank you. Thank you so much. It hasn't been getting very many hits, which is okay. I know it was totally out of my normal wheelhouse to do something like that, but like I mentioned last week, I'm looking to kind of expand the vision of Diva and the Divine, and so that was something I wanted to do. It was the least organized place in my home, and now it's not the least organized place in my home anymore. Although my office, like, do you see this clutter? Oh, Lord have mercy. The clutter, you guys. I've been working. Please watch my video tomorrow. It's a planner related video. It's very, very, very exciting if you are a planner person. But it is, you know, top secret hush hush stuff that all of the people who have access to the top secret hush hush stuff got delivered to them today for posting tomorrow. It's been a day. It's been a day, and I'm so excited, and everything is so beautiful, and you need to get very, very excited if you're a planner person. But Lord have mercy, having less than 24 hours to get your content up. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It was crazy. It was crazy. Katie, hello. So that's not the thing that influenced me. I did two things today. First of all, someone already said it, the coffee. I did whipped coffee today, also known as Dalgona coffee. The trend that you see all over Instagram and Facebook and where probably TikTok too. I don't know. I'm not on TikTok, so I have no freaking idea what's even on TikTok. But I did the Dalgona coffee today. And this was after this was going to be like my mid-afternoon, like after lunch. Instead of having a dessert, I was going to have whipped coffee treat, right? And so I whipped it up. Now, when I went to Target yesterday, which is a whole other story that I'll get to in a second, I went to Target yesterday, and instant coffee, you need instant coffee, not regular coffee, instant coffee packet or grounds, whatever they're not actually coffee grounds, are they? But you need instant coffee. And outside of like some really cheapy brands, they didn't have any good containers of instant coffee. So I decided that the next best choice was to grab the Starbucks Via. Yes, it was a little bit more expensive. It's okay. It was my treat to myself. So I grabbed one box of Via, packets, and I grabbed 1 box of Cafe Bustelo espresso packets, because in my mind, how different can espresso and instant coffee be, right? So I have both of those things in my house right now. Dalgona coffee, in the whipping coffee, is you take equal parts. Oh, did you see that train just leave the tracks right there? Did you see it? It's going to be a long one. If you guys are with me till the end, you deserve an extra gold star, I tell you what. Equal parts instant coffee. The suggested thing is 2 tablespoons of instant coffee, 2 tablespoons or equal parts sugar, or supposedly like sugar substitute of your choice. I used real sugar because points plus, you don't need to worry about the whole sugar thing. Happy day. So equal parts instant coffee, sugar, and hot water. And then you whip it either like with a whisk, or I tried to use like a little handheld milk frother thing. That didn't work very well, so I just flat out busted out the hand mixer. You whip it for like, I don't know, 5 or 6 minutes, and all of a sudden it didn't even look like it was as frothy as it was, but then I dipped a spatula in it and I was like, oh, this is actually like a creamy consistency. I managed to get mine to be like, I did this because it was like a thick moisturizer almost, is kind of what mine was like, right? So I ended up doing 3 packets of Starbucks Via coffee. 3 packets, right? I looked all over that box for an indicator of how much caffeine was in a serving of the Starbucks Via coffee. I know that Starbucks coffee tends to be more caffeinated than the normal coffee, but I also thought that like, it's instant coffee, how caffeinated can it be? An average cup of coffee is 45 milligrams-ish of coffee. So that's okay. So I did that math. I'm like, okay, so maybe this is 120 to 150 milligrams of caffeine, right? That's like a solid dose of pre-workout. That'll hit you hard, but okay, fine, right? In my mind, that's what happened. 3 packets of Via, which ended up being 1.5 tablespoons, and 2 tablespoons. Yeah, 2 tablespoons of instant coffee. Not like coffee grounds, instant coffee. And then so I did, it ended up measuring to 1.5 tablespoons, and I was like, I'm not doing 4, not doing it. So I did 3, and then I just did the 1.5 tablespoons for the rest of the measurements instead of 2 tablespoons. Easy peasy. I make it, I whip it, I pour, you're supposed to get your glass and fill it with ice. I put unsweetened almond milk in there, and I slapped this coffee paste whipped stuff on top. And I was like, okay, how do I drink it? Because on Instagram, my cup is still up there, but it's all gross and separated now. On Instagram, when people show you this coffee, you see the layer, or like the glass of almond milk with this pretty layer of whipped coffee on top, right? No one ever shows you them drinking the coffee. So me, relatively smart human being, but totally just, playing off of what I see because I don't know any better, right? I'm like, well, what are you supposed to do? Just like drink it? So I was like, well, it's not going to work with a straw. So I tried to take a sip, and the whipped coffee had sealed off any access to the almond milk. So I was like, well, how the heck are you supposed to drink this? So the first thing I did was end up with like a mouthful of the whipped coffee, which, holy cow, that'll zap some fire right through your veins, right? And then like I kind of pushed it to the side and got the almond milk without the coffee, and I was like, well, what? So I video messaged my sister-in-law, who encouraged me to try it, and after she got finished laughing at me, she was like, Brianna, you mix it all together. I'm like, okay. So I mixed it all together, and then it was fine. So as I'm sipping away, trying to get everything to blend up kind of nicely and whatever, and I'm like, all right, I get it. This tastes sweet and delicious and cool and like cold and like refreshing and like definitely a decadent treat, right? I decided to go on the adventure of trying to figure out exactly how much caffeine I did put in this one glass of beverage, right? So I flat out Google, how much caffeine is in a packet of Starbucks Via, which is the type of coffee, right? The answer that got shot back to me was somewhere between 120 and 150 milligrams of caffeine per packet. Remember how many packets I said was in there? That's a lot of caffeine. That's a lot of caffeine. I was like, and I was halfway through it at that point. I was like, I'm sorry. Pretty soon I'm going to be able to just fly up and down the stairs. Like, or I'm going to start moving like the Flash. And my sister-in-law told me I'd be able to smell colors real soon. And this was after. I wouldn't have been quite as alarmed if I didn't have my normal cup of coffee in the morning and have an Arbonne Fizz stick while I was working out. So I was already 55 milligrams of caffeine plus whatever my coffee was in for the day. Now, granted, this was a couple hours later or whatever, but I was like, once I read that, I'm like, is it possible that I'm going to kill myself? Like, should I be worried that I'm about to overdose on freaking caffeine because of this dumb whipped coffee trend that I decided to try? The world may never know. So, just to be safe, I Googled caffeine overdose and what to do if you think you did it a little too far. And I found an article on Death Wish Coffee's website, and I was like, oh, this is legit because Death Wish Coffee is very highly caffeinated coffee. So I'm like, this makes sense. So I was like, what do you do if you think you overdid the coffee? So they had a blog post about like, what do you do if you have the coffee jitters, right? Which I was like, I don't know, my face might be buzzing, but I don't know if that's considered the coffee jitters or not. I think I had an eye twitch for a little while, you know? They said, drink water. The more water you drink, you flush it out of your system. So I pounded one of these bad boys down, no problem. And then they said something that was really interesting. It said that vitamin C, caffeine tricks your body into thinking you have a vitamin C deficiency. I did not fact check this. This just happens to be what the Death Wish Coffee website said. And so I was like, oh, well, I haven't taken a vitamin C supplement today. So I ran over to the closet, popped a vitamin C pill, and I decided that I'm like, I don't feel like I'm dying, so I'm just going to get back to my work on my video content and photographs and all that jazz, and forgot about it. And I'm feeling okay now, which is great. I really, really hope I did time myself, and I finished my coffee, or like I still have this much of the liquid left in the glass. I hear the door creaking. Cameo, what are you doing? I used that to hold my stand down. My bad. I had to improvise today. I was using my tripod to film overhead of the planner, and I managed to maneuver it so it was like the tripod, this bar, and the camera, but then the tripod kept tipping over. So I grabbed an ankle weight and threw it on the stand so it would counter the weight. I was very, very handy this afternoon in my caffeine buzz. But anyway, so yeah, that happened. And I didn't die, but I don't know if I'm going to sleep. And this was after, if you watched my stuff on Instagram yesterday, you saw me have a cup of coffee at like 3 in the afternoon. And I said I might regret this. I 100% regretted it. I went to bed at 10 o'clock and didn't actually fall asleep until 12:30. With the help of Benadryl and magnesium lotion and the magnesium supplement I usually take. Oh, Christina showed up. Did you see my Instagram stories or hear any of my story, or are you seriously just saying that for the first time? Like, without any context whatsoever. Because I literally just had a conversation about how had way too much caffeine today. Way too much caffeine. So that's funny that you said it. That you said that. But yeah, it was a hot mess yesterday, and then I ended up oh my gosh, my whole family's here. Hello. Say hi to the Voss side of the family, man. Yeah, so it was a little too much caffeine today. Little too much. So that was the first thing. Hello, Jamie. I had a steroid pack, so that's why I'm feeling good. Excellent. I had way too much caffeine, so that's why I'm feeling good. And so, all right, I didn't die. I was influenced to try whipped coffee. It was good. Will I have it again anytime soon? Not sure. Not sure. Oh my word. Oh my word. Okay, and then thing number 2 I was influenced to do today. Hello there, so nice to meet you. How old am I? How old am I? 33. Oh man, you guys, I didn't even know how old I was there for a second. Thank you, Lissa. And So that, woo! The second thing I was influenced to do, you might have seen floating around Instagram if you follow any like homemakers or people that are really into cleaning. And out of nowhere, I don't know how long this was a thing, but it became a thing on my Instagram feed within the last week. And it's called stripping your clothes. Has anybody heard of this whole stripping your clothes thing? Because I had never heard of it before. And once I saw people doing it, I'm like, I have to do it. I have to get my hands on this stuff and I have to do it. I was dying to try it. So what you do is you take these different laundry compounds and hi Boss family from the Engebretsen. Now that's funny. So you take what I called like the magic powder, right? And it is three different ingredients. Borax. It's Bree. Hi, Alice. That would be to my 3-year-old niece who is watching and is always really, really upset when she sees me talking and I do not respond to her. 1/4 of a cup of borax. 1/4 of a cup of Arm & Hammer washing soda. I did not know until about a week ago that Arm & Hammer made a soda that wasn't called baking soda, but it's called washing soda. I had absolutely no idea. I don't know how long this stuff has been around, probably ages, I don't know. But you do 1/4 cup of that, 1/4 cup of borax, and 1 generous scoop of powdered Tide laundry detergent. And then what you do is, let's take my husband's undershirts, for example, because that's what I decided to do today. You pick the item that you want to strip. And by strip, they mean like get in there in such a way that like any leftover laundry detergent or gunk or grime or whatever. No, I'm not talking about me stripping. I'm talking about the clothes stripping. Thank you, Becky. It's supposed to just like get in there unlike regular washing can do. So you fill your bathtub with the hottest of hot water that you can get out of your faucet. You throw the clothes, preferably all the same color, throw the clothes in the bathtub and you sprinkle this mix on it and you blend it all together and you let it sit. And roughly every hour you come in and you mix it all up again just to stir the pot a little bit. And you do this every hour for about 6 hours. So it's a process. Like you gotta be home to do it. And every hour that you come in, the water just gets murkier and murkier and murkier. And just to be clear, this was clean clothes that I put in there. Completely clean. Washed, dried, folded, none of them came from the dirty clothes hamper. Because my husband's working from home, so he hasn't been using his undershirts. So I'm like, great, they're all clean. Let's do them all at once. Completely clean. And the water got dingier and dingier and dingier. And the worst part is I'm not convinced it fixed the problem that I want it to fix. But, which some of them have like, I don't know how men do this. I don't know. But like crusty underarms, they're clean. It's just gross. Men are gross. It just is what it is. And because I've watched a bunch of other people do their husband's shirts and everyone says the same thing. This is disgusting. My husband's shirts are gross. It's a guy thing. And I don't know. I mean, I have to look. They're in the dryer now. I have to see what happened, but I was really hoping it would like pull out whatever was in there and refresh the clothes even more. But if you go over to my Instagram, you'll see just how dingy that water was after 6 hours today. I'm also filming the whole thing. I'm going to do a video on stripping my clothes because I'm going to do my gym pants tomorrow. All my yoga pants and gym pants and workout stuff. I'm going to do those tomorrow. Because you remember that not pilling issue, but like weird laundry issue I was having. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw it. I'm hoping that will help the accumulation of like the weird lint smears on my gym clothes. That's what I'm hoping. But so after 6 hours, you pull them all out of the bathtub. I wrung them out to the best of my ability, threw them in a hamper, hurried them over to the washing machine where you wash them. Try lemon juice on the pits. That is very helpful information, Marie. Thank you. I will. I have a container of lemon juice in the refrigerator. So what do I do with it? Give me more. What do I do? Do I like just douse it and let it sit for how long before I wash them again? Whatever. So then you throw them all in the wash. With regular detergent, I put it on hot water and an extra rinse cycle, extra long soak, all that jazz. And now they're in the dryer. And so once I'm done here, I will be able to go see what my day's worth of work was, what the results were, what the payout is. And then tomorrow I'm doing my gym clothes. And I had a friend of mine message me and say that she did her gym shoes and it was disgusting and amazing and they smell so much better now. People have been doing so many things. You need to call it something else though. You'll end up unsavory followers stripping my clothes. That's not wrong, Sarah. That's not wrong. The problem is that's literally what it's called. Stripping your clothes. And if I want to do a YouTube video, like what do I call it? What do I call it? Stripping, because I was going to call it like stripping my husband's undershirts or something. That would be safer than stripping my gym clothes, probably. Right? I need to figure out exactly how to word that. You're not wrong, Sarah. You are not wrong. But I'm just curious how teachers, I would have chucked them and bought new ones. Becky, I have chucked several of his undershirts. I've looked at him. I'm like, I cannot in good conscience as your wife let you wear this, even if it's clean, because it's disgusting. And so we've gotten rid of a couple, and I'm going to try Marie's lemon juice thing on them as well, because I read somewhere, I Googled this ages ago, because this is not a new problem we're having here. And it's only a handful of his shirts, too. I counted 17. He has 17 white V-neck undershirts. So I'm like, you know what? Even if we got rid of the 3 worst ones, you'd still have over 2 work weeks worth of clothes, and I do laundry every single week. So, worst case scenario, I get rid of the dingiest ones. No harm, no foul. Call it deep, deep clean for your clothes. Yeah, towels. Towels is another thing that a lot of people do. Yeah. So people have been doing it for everything. I've heard sports equipment, so I'm not sure what the material rules are for it. Because I think you can do like obviously if you can do gym shoes, you can do different fabrics and things. I haven't looked into all those details. All I know is you can do towels, you can do gym clothes, you can do undershirts and things like that. So I was like, that's where I'm gonna start, and we're gonna see how it goes. I also I've been in deep clean mode. I've acquired new things because I went to Target yesterday. Guys, I went to Target yesterday. And it was a lot of work. I went grocery shopping to 3 different places. I had to stand in a 25-minute line at Sam's Club to do membership renewal stuff. 25-minute line. Because of one person. I was the second person in line. It was awesome. I was like, this is not a great way for me to be spending my joyous day of finally being out of the house and being out and about. But I bought all the things and all the groceries, and our fridge looks ridiculous, but there's so much produce in there that my husband and I have no excuse but to eat so well this week in terms of health and fresh, nourishing foods, which is great. But I also bought cleaning stuff. I went to Walmart and bought the ingredients for the clothes stripping. I bought a laminate floor cleaner because everybody on Instagram, I take to Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. That's where all of the real-time action happens, including me answering sometimes too, but asking questions of you guys. I get feedback from the community what do I do with these stupid cheap laminate floors that are in my house that if you get them wet, they bubble up at the seams? How are you supposed to wash that? We've been so afraid to get that floor wet because we've already got some bubble up places that I legit have not washed the floor since we've moved in. I've vacuumed it, but I have not washed it. And I'm to the point now, I have to figure out how to wash this stupid floor. When you're in quarantine, everything is going to be spick and span from head to toe, roof to basement. And everyone said that I could use laminate floor cleaner and a microfiber mop or whatever. So I picked up laminate floor cleaner and a microfiber mop, and that is tomorrow's adventure. Anybody else have any cleaning adventures I should go on? Because apparently I just want to do it all. Call me Cinderella. My goodness. Yes. And then what else do I got? So that I got out yesterday. I got the cleaning stuff. I'm over caffeinated. I have a very exciting video going up tomorrow. And I was stripping clothes today. That's what's been happening this week. And in terms of fitness, I'm on day two of lift 4 from Beachbody. How to really clean your oven. It's a good idea. That's a good idea. Spend an hour cleaning the bathroom. It doesn't look any better. Well, it's gotta look somewhat better. Otherwise, what were you doing in there? You should get some, like, did you do like the grout and everything? Because there's some really basic household stuff, things that you can buy to do grout and whatnot. It just takes some elbow grease. But I did, if you watched my live on Friday, I was very, very jazzed about my new workout, which is Lift 4 on Beachbody. And I have it all planned out. I'm really psyched about it. I'm excited to get my mind away from the scale and focused on muscle quarantine clean. I like that a lot. Where is my pad of paper? How did I lose my pad of paper? Ugh. Hold, please. This is not the right notebook. Come on. I have so many notebooks that look the same because they're all Erin Condren notebooks. Shocker to nobody. I'm gonna bust out that same piece of paper that you guys were giving me ideas on last week. Quarantine clean. I like it. Quarantine clean. And that could be a series. I would love it. What is everybody saying here? I would love it to help me out. I've been deep cleaning the laundry room the past couple days. Yes! That's very, very exciting. As somebody who has been in that laundry room, that is very, very exciting. I cannot wait to, come and see it again someday. Someday, when we're, allowed to go further than the grocery store. I was typing, it could be a series. Yeah, it could be a series. I've also heard the term quarantine clean. Thank you, Emily. You beat me to it. Quarantine clean is a thing right now because a lot of people don't know what else to do with themselves, so they're deep cleaning their homes, which is great. Why not? That would be amazing. Everything is so built up. All-purpose cleaner wasn't enough. Okay. Yeah. I basically need something one step below melting the walls. Have you tried like bleach? I don't know. Look it up. There are so many cleaning blogs or cleaning, Go Clean Co. I think that's her name. At Go Clean Co. I really hope that's her name. On Instagram is the Instagram account that is inspiring all of this stuff. She's fantastic and she has so much information available on what to do and what not to do and what powdered Tide can do, which is apparently everything. Apparently you can powder Tide in water anything and it works really well. And I'm sorry, I have an itch on my nose that's making me crazy. Oof. High pollen count finally arrived in Minnesota. You know it's not good when my pollen app actually gives me a notification. There's going to be high pollen near you tomorrow. I'm like, oh, fan-freaking-tastic. Anyway, quarantine, yes. So you said something about the oven. So the oven cleaning will be interesting because that's probably something that's more up my husband's alley than mine. Because I have a really hard time pushing down because I have no tricep muscles to scrub. So it's interesting to see, like, I rub down surfaces and wipe things clean and everything all the time, but there are occasions where, like, my husband still has to come through and put elbow grease behind everything that I've already done because I simply don't have the strength to do it, which circles me back to Lift 4. You guys, I'm on day 2 of week 1, 4 workouts a week. Mondays and Tuesdays, take a break on Wednesdays, Thursdays and Fridays, recover Saturdays and Sundays. Day 2, first day was high intensity, half weight training, half high intensity interval training. Whoa. Today was just lifting, and we focused on our back muscles and our bicep muscles exclusively. And on yesterday, we focused on our chest muscles and our tricep muscles. And my sister and my mother just laughed because they know that I don't actually have any tricep strength. And I did a workout that was solely focused on tricep muscles. And you know what I didn't do? Clobber myself with a weight. I was very, very proud of myself. But anyway, I am feeling all the feels in my upper body. All the feels. I'm going to be sore. I'm going to be tight. But you know what? I am so optimistic about this workout routine, you guys. I think it's completely doable. I think it's great cardio and strength training. A lot of people love it. I can't tell you how many messages I have gotten in the last 3 days about Lift 4. After I said I'm going to do this, everyone is telling me how wonderful Lift 4 is. So, including people I know personally. So, anybody still drink with me? You guys still do that? When I drink, you drink? Water, not alcoholic beverages? I'm just curious because I know that used to be our thing, but oh man, so the workouts were, I didn't post my workout today. Oh yeah, I did. I posted Gracie and me on the mat. Never mind. But man, I am 2 days in. It's going to be good. It's going to be real good. I took before pictures. I took before measurements, and Lift 4 I might try tonight. Do the introduction workout, Christina. So they have, like, you can start the program, or you can do an introductory workout, which kind of gives you an overall gist of what's going to happen. So in that one, you do some arms, some legs, and some HIIT. Oh, it's just so good. It's so stinking good. It'll knock your body out of any funk that it's in. I tell you what, if you claim to have a plateau or a struggle with, losing weight or energy or anything, I swear Lift 4 will knock it right out of you. I swear. You think that's what you watched? Oh, you watched it and didn't do it? It's still like a 35 or 40-minute workout. It was good. That's what I did on Friday and went, I need to do this. And then I started day 1 on yesterday. So oven cleaner on tub and tiles. Oh, interesting. Yeah, and the couple of like really good cleaning ones that are Instagrams that are out there will have information for you on how to best clean grout and the best kept secrets and all these things that will clean all these things. And oh my gosh, I've just been obsessed with cleaning Instagrams lately. Obsessed. And you know why? I've been less obsessed, ironically, with weight loss accounts, like the Weight Watchers accounts that are posting all of these dieted down foods, because I'm like, I don't want to freaking look at food, because if I look at food, I'm going to get hungry, or I'm going to want food, and I don't want to look at food. I don't want to look at your pretty cake. I just don't want to look at your 3-point sugar alcohol cake. I want to, so I've been watching cleaning accounts, and I've been loving it. I gotta see what's happening over here, because you guys have been talking about ovens for a while. Just douse the pits and let us sit 10 minutes and wash. I needed to make sure I found your answer, Marie, because I didn't actually see it pop up. Everything's so built up. I have a self-cleaning oven, but it still doesn't look completely clean. I actually think, I've never looked for the button, but I'm pretty sure we have a self-cleaning oven because I think our realtor came over here and ran the self-cleaning cycle while he was here, because he said something about cleaning the oven. Vic has been under-caffeinated for a couple of days. Well, I guess you need less energy if you're quarantined at home, right? I even clobber myself with weights most of the time working triceps. So it's been interesting because there's this one move called skull crushers. Not ironically, if you're someone like me who could very easily crush their skull doing this move. You take 2 weights, you're laying down, and I can't even do it. Like, I literally can't even do it. But you're laying down, so you're fighting gravity, right? And you're holding your arm up, and you're taking the weight to your skull and then back up, and it works the back of your arm. So the way I modified it, I don't have a good way to get on, I can use this, is I take the dumbbell and I hold it like this, because in whatever weird world my body is in, I can do things I can lift my arms over my head as long as I'm connected to something solid in the middle. Why? No freaking idea. None. I lived my entire life thinking I just couldn't lift my arms up over my head. Turns out I can, as long as there's something in my hands. What? So I've been doing skull crushers, again, on my back, right? But I've been doing them pushing into the weight as the third barrier or whatever. And is it quite as powerful as doing them like you normally would? Probably not, but I don't have any tricep muscles. So for that, it works great. So I'm actually able to do some of these tricep moves, which is awesome. Skull crushers are tough. All of the moves are tough. They're simple, But man, my biceps are gonna hurt. Like I have to use my little magic star and roll them out tonight, or I'm gonna wake up so sore tomorrow. So sore. But that's the whole point of lift. Joel, the teacher, makes it a point to be like, the job here, you do 10 reps at a time. You're supposed to get tired by the end of your 10 reps. If you're not gassed by 8 and 9 and 10 is a struggle, your weights aren't heavy enough. So as long as you keep that mentality, like it's slow, but you got to tax yourself in a short period of time, so you use heavier weights. The goal is muscle gain. He's super attractive to look at too. He sure is. And also Joel, the African American man in that thing, his biceps, his arms are bigger than my thighs. Like, I was watching him today and I'm like, how, what? Like, that man is ripped. But Laura said the same thing about Joel, actually. My friend Laura, who's one of my bridesmaids in my wedding, is the one who made me, who encouraged me enough to make me do this. And yeah, he's an attractive man. You're needing something solid between both hands makes total sense. Like, I think so. Like, from physics, it makes sense, right? I don't know. It's just so bizarre, which is why I do body pump, because I put that bar in between my hands and all of a sudden I could clean and press the bar over my head. And I was like, I'm sorry. What? So, who knew? Who knew? It's a crazy move. If I hold my weights, I don't have myself in my head doing the same move. If I keep them separated, I hit myself in the head. Yep. So yeah, that is the life update. That's what's going on here. am I talking faster than normal? I'm not entirely sure. Like, I titled this Too Much Caffeine because that's you know, what I'm doing. 5 likes, 29 people watching. Yes, and you're one of them. Huh. Sorry, I am a sass and a half with trolls. Sass and a half. I'm just like, nobody is going to bring me down, yo. Yes, you are. As soon as mom turned it on, I'm like, she's had too much coffee. Okay, yeah, that's a thing that happened. So, what would you guys like to talk about this week, my friends? How are we doing? Do we have any highs this week? Do we have any lows that you want to share this week? How is quarantine? Are you still in quarantine? I've heard that there are some states that are opening things up real soon. I liked it 100 times, it just won't show up. Not a big deal, Jamie. It's totally fine. It is totally fine. Like I said, there are people, so Jamie is in a little YouTube group that chatters that we have on Instagram, and I literally messaged them, I'm like, guys, I don't know what to talk about today. And Miranda, also known as Running Away with Life, who's probably watching this on a replay, suggested doing something clickbaity like quarantine and this, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, I'll do that, knowing full well that it risked more trolls showing up. But I was like, quarantine and too much caffeine. Why not? Because I didn't know what to talk about. So we're just going to talk because that's what we're very, very good at. Quarantine sucks. I mean, quarantine needs to happen. And now my computer is going to die, so I have to leave. And my lasagna was delicious. That's good, Christina. Oh, that's interesting. The chat up there is behind the chat down here. Oh, that's interesting. Michigan is still under stay at home and will probably be extended past May 1st. Yes, as of right now, Minnesota is May 4th. But Illinois, I think, is May 24th now. And I think Wisconsin followed suit, which has got to mean Minnesota's not far behind, which means we still have a month of stay-at-home order if he ends up changing our stay-at-home. So I'm going to have pork chops and garlic bread for dinner. Well, that sounds delicious. That sounds amazing. Although I love bread, so garlic bread, which I haven't had in a really long time, sounds fantastic. We're talking here in Alabama, May 1st. Okay. Wisconsin went first. Okay, so Wisconsin changed to the 24th, and then Pritzker followed suit. Is that what happened? Either way, the two states to my west, to my east. I'm like, they're to my left if I turn around. I totally just did like a theater thing, and I was like, house right, but stage left. That's not how it works in geography. Only in theater is that how it works. Illinois will likely follow. Oh, Illinois hasn't done it yet. Okay. Good news here is nearly 10,000 to 16,000 cases are fully recovered. That's a high percentage, Mick. That's amazing. That's really, really good. Good for you guys. Guys must have caught it early enough, and just I hope it just plays out that way. That's really, really good. Illinois has not followed. All right, I lied. Illinois hasn't gotten there yet. I just thought that Illinois would have been the first to do it, you know. But so how's it going? How are we doing in quarantine? Because most of us, I think, are still in quarantine. In terms of actual quarantine stuff, I have nothing exciting to report. Same old, same old. Virginia's stay-at-home is until June 10th. Whoa, I didn't know that. Been rediscovering my love of exercise. That's good. I had a meltdown yesterday, cried and napped, but doing better now. Marie, sometimes you just gotta cry and you just gotta take a nap. Like, that's okay. I mean, for real, I feel so much better after a good cry that, it's so good. It's so cathartic that you feel so much better just after the act of doing it. So good on you for doing that. Some of us are still working, caring for everyone. Well, yeah, that's a given. But those of us that don't have to go anywhere should not be going anywhere. I have seen many people not following the social distancing and stay-at-home orders, and I'm just like, why? I've talked to friends who are very upset that their states are going to be opening up again real soon, like furious. I had a conversation with someone on Instagram today. Hello from Cleveland, Ohio. Nice to see you. New Jersey is reevaluating schools opening in May. What? That's interesting, because here in the Midwest, school's done. School is done. The students are not going back to school. Not optimistic, but the governor doesn't want to say no prematurely. Oh, man. I tell you, I am on the side of, yes, this blows, but we have to wait it out. Not that we don't have many friends here right now, but like, if I was still in Chicago, I wouldn't have even seen my family. And I lived 10 minutes from my family. Like, stay home, people. Stay home. It's really starting to stink. We can't buy anything that's non-essential. You can't buy anything that's non-essential? I mean, I went to Target yesterday, and if I bought whatever the heck I wanted, it wouldn't have mattered. So you're under like a what you're allowed to buy ban? Like, some of the fun stores, like, no, we're not going to TJ Maxx or anything because they're all closed. But in like Sephora and like, so all the fun places, which is not essential, are closed. But like, if you go to Target, I could have closed shopped yesterday, or electronics shopped yesterday, or home decor shopped yesterday. I just had to do it at a place that was open, you know, which there aren't that many places that aren't essential businesses that are open. If you're not comfortable with your state reopening, feel free to stay home. It's true. I mean, that's very true. Yeah, you have the power to still stay home. The issue will lie in people's jobs. Like, if they reopen the state and then reopen jobs, you know? I just can't wait to get my hair cut again. Don't I know it? Now, granted, I normally go this long without a haircut, but like, I'm really missing my hairdresser right now, and she's all the way in Illinois. So like, I don't have a chance of seeing her anytime soon. But man, yeah, it's going to be out of control. It's okay. None of us are going to look pretty by the time this is over. Our eyebrows, our hair, whatever. It's all good. It's all good. It's crazy, especially since New Jersey's the second highest. Lockdown remains further for 2 weeks. There were 77 recoveries until a couple weeks ago. That's amazing, Mick. That's really, really good. Another high, I got gas for the first time in a month, under $15 for a tank. I paid $1.06, I think. My gray is fantastic. Oh, I need to see your gray, Christina. I thought of you guys. Everybody who's in Illinois and goes and gets their hair dyed like every 6 weeks. I'm like, this is no big deal for me because my girl Jackie dyed my hair in such a way that when it grows out, it's supposed to look like that. Like it was still brown and everything underneath. So the highlights just kind of fade into this balayage ombre thing. Ombre. So if it grows out completely and then I just hack off all the blonde, it doesn't matter. It's not going to look too crazy. But everybody who dyes everything are going to have some mad roots. Gonna have some mad roots. And it's going to be really, really fun to watch. Let's see. With my hair mirrors, lawn and garden department is closed along with paint, furniture, and flooring. You can buy gas for your car, but not for your boat. Although you can go on in a kayak or a towboat. That is interesting. Things that I don't know because I don't own a boat. Yeah, and I didn't think about the lawn and garden. I know that a couple weeks ago my husband went to Home Depot, so everything at Home Depot was open, except maybe lawn and garden, but like everything at Home Depot was open. So he bought the furniture we needed to build or to do our basement. I saw Facebook quote Adam saying, the Addams family saying me after quarantine. Yeah. I read that Minnesota is one of the 5 states with the lowest gas prices in over a decade. Yeah, I filled up my gas tank for like just over $10 yesterday. I was floored, absolutely floored at the amount of money I spent on gas yesterday. And I drove away gleefully going, at the rate we're going, this is going to last me like 2 months. This is amazing. So I'm digging the gas prices right now. Now that price was of course with the Sam's Club membership, but even so, the first available chance I get, I'll be getting a haircut. But we'll only get it done once it's safe. Yes, absolutely, Mick. That's the right way to go. I just sent you pictures of my hair. I'll have to look at them when I'm done, Christina. Our Home Depot is now order online and curbside only since a few weeks ago. Oh, interesting. Yeah, and this was, when did I do it? When did we do our basement? 2 weeks ago? I think it was 2 weekends ago we did our basement. Only one person's allowed to go in Costco. I thought for sure they were going to start limiting us at Sam's Club. They have the grates and things set up for limitations, but we apparently didn't hit the limit while I was there yesterday. And Target, our Super Target, has closed off one of their entrances. So now you have to go in one entrance so they can keep tabs on how many people are in the store. But again, I did not have to wait in a line to do that either, which I was very grateful for. I have not ventured over to Trader Joe's yet because I feel like I'm going to have to wait in a pretty decent line to get in there. I've heard that not feeling safe returning to work prematurely could be a valid reason to not work and collect unemployment, but it could vary from state to state. Interesting. Meanwhile, Jamie, if you're still on here, I've been playing with my hair. And remember that conversation that happened in our thread earlier about people talking about how we play with our hair? Apparently I do it too. They're limiting the number of people at Trader Joe's. Oh, it's absolutely smart. Did you wear a mask? I sure did. And I am one of those people. We've had N95 masks because we bought them months ago when we moved in and we were doing some home improvement projects here. My husband went to Home Depot, grabbed some N95 masks because he was going to make dust, or like he was going to inhale stuff he did not want to inhale while he was working on projects. So we actually had 3 of them down in our basement just sitting there. Who knew that they would be such a hot commodity a couple months later, you know? Like we had no idea because this was back in September that we had them, so I did. I hated every second of it though, I'm not gonna lie. I was very, very grateful to have the mask with the respirator, but oh, I hated it. I hated it so much because like it sat on my nose funny and it left a mark, and then the whole time, because I have very acne prone skin, the whole time all I could think about was how much wet heat was getting on my skin. And I was like, there's no way this is good for my skin. There's no way this is good. But I was very, very thankful to have the mask that I did. And I was very pleased to see that almost everybody, there were some people, but like especially at Sam's Club, 85% of the people I came across all had masks of some sort on. Everybody. Workers and customers alike, which was very, very good to see, especially in a state where, knock on wood, our caseload isn't that bad yet. In my county, there's only 14 people, which is with positive cases, which is low. Off topic. Has any chance anyone suggested the idea of tips and tricks for getting over stage fright? Ooh, interesting. Interesting. I am intrigued. Do I have any tips and tricks for getting over stage fright? I have never actually been one to have stage fright. I'm pretty sure, and my mother can confirm or deny this, I'm pretty sure that I just got up there and did my thing since I was too young to remember. I have performance nerves. I firmly believe that you have to be a little bit nervous, like have a little bit of a butterfly, because you're worried about doing a good enough job. But I've never had like a debilitating stage fright in any way, shape, or form. You put me up in front of a crowd of people to sing, and I am here for it. I am totally here for it. Stay off the stage. Yeah, I guess that's one way to do it. But that's a good list. My short list is practice, 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 and get yourself comfortable and memorized and ready for any like accidents or improvisational moments that might have to happen. Yep, you've never had a fear of anything in front of people. Nope, didn't think so. I have never had a stage fright issue, which is why I can get up here and ramble in front of you guys. What? Why, yes, you've always been loud and obnoxious. Thank you. Thank you. Hopefully I have passed it along to your daughter. Blessings. I try to avoid wearing face makeup when I'm wearing a mask. I 100% did not wear makeup yesterday. 100%. And I was like, oh, I should get cute because I'm going out in public. No, because it's like, I'm going to wear a mask and my skin's just going to get real mad. So we're not going to do that. So yeah, definitely stay away from the makeup when you're wearing the masks. Though I did love getting on stage and singing at one point. Since I was 2. Yep. Just joined you. Been doing Ring Fit every day so far this week on top of our 3-mile walks down 1.1 during Ant Flow Week. Kayla, good for you. Way to go hard and get it done. That's fantastic. Like, losing a pound on Ant Flow Week is a huge accomplishment. I cannot tell you the last time that happened to me. Huge accomplishment. Good for you, girl. I'm okay, but if there are too many people, I freeze. Another rule is don't look at them. Do not look directly at them. Always look a little bit above them. They'll never know that you're not looking at them, but look a little bit above them, then you don't make eye contact with anybody. Well, yes, she's also loud and obnoxious. My work as an aunt is done. I have passed my loud obnoxiousness down to your daughter. At least my shopping mask, unless you have medical reason, is cute. Yeah, there was nothing cute about my N95 mask, although I really wish I had a smiley face sticker, because the plastic part of the ventilator, I'm like, you know what would be just perfect? Right square in the middle of that ventilator plastic? A smiley face. Because I thought it would be so, like, I just want an excuse to, like, make people see my mask and, like, chuckle. You know? I'll never know because everyone's mouths are covered. And, like, my whole rule of, like, hey, when you pass somebody, smile at them. If we're all wearing masks, the smile doesn't matter. So I'm like, oh, now what do you do? Like, make eye contact and nod? Like, what is the, hey, I just want to smile at you and give you some good vibes move when we're all wearing masks? So I don't have a smiley face sticker, but if I did, I would have put it square in the center of my mask. Because why not? You know? So that's how I roll. All right, what else you guys want to chat about? We got a couple minutes. Got to start smiling with your eyes. I know. Wink. That's true. I'm not good at winking, though. Anybody tell me I'm smiling with my eyes? My eye does not want to smile. My eye wants me to rip my hard contact lens out right now. But I'm trying really hard to hang on until my live stream is over. Oh my goodness gracious. The pollen, I swear. It's got to be. Like, dry eyes and, like, oh. It's... Drink, my friends. I'm almost out of my water. Smile with your eyes. Yeah, I think of Tyra Banks often. I love Tyra Banks. Does anybody else love Tyra Banks? Like, I feel like she was big for top model and everything. Yeah, but like, we being my husband and I really kind of fell for her when she was the America's Got Talent MC host person. She's so funny and just so real. and everything. And we loved her. And then I didn't read, I listened to her autobiography co-wrote with her mother. Oh my gosh, it was so good to listen to. It was joyful. It was wonderful. Highly recommend. I love me some Tyra Banks. But I definitely thought about, like, I need to communicate with my eyes. How does one smize? Like, what is the technique behind smizing? Like, I I don't know. What about a sticker with a motivational quote on it? You've got this, or have a good day. It's a great idea, Rosie, except the ventilator cap is like this big. It's not very big, so nobody would actually see it. Now, I wonder if I could take a permanent marker and write, like, I'm smiling on the mask. I'm smiling at you or something. I don't know. Would that be completely crazy to do something like that? I not wear a mask, haven't felt it necessary as I live independently. It's not so much for for who you live with necessarily, but it's for when you go out and who you might be exposed to. Now I definitely saw in like some infographic, I don't know how accurate the infographic was, but like COVID patient, non-COVID patient, and what are the percentages of contamination or contagion, is that the word, contagion, between one and another based on who's wearing the mask. And there's a much higher probability of contagion when the COVID patient is not wearing the mask, but the non-COVID patient is wearing the mask. There's a big difference. And there's still a higher probability you could catch it. But if the COVID patient is wearing the mask and the non-COVID patient is not, there's a much lower chance. So it's for the safety of the people around you, which when you live at home is fine, but it's for when you go out in public. So that was a fun little infographic I saw floating around Facebook the other day, I think. But yeah. It's a crazy world we live in right now, isn't it? What did I acknowledge? Toilet paper was in stock in the stores I was in, and flour was in stock in the stores that I was in. But things I could not get my hands on, I forgot to look, admittedly, but I'm assuming I couldn't get my hands on yeast because for whatever reason, everybody's deciding to buy up yeast because apparently we bake bread when we're in quarantine. Who knew? But I couldn't get sugar. You guys, I couldn't freaking get sugar. And I couldn't get tomato sauce at Sam's Club. Like, two of the most random things. Like, flour I understood because there's a lot more things that involve flour than sugar. Granted, sugar's in a lot, but like, you need flour for everything, right? So I understood when at the beginning of all of this panic, flour was gone. But I was like, we're a month and a half into this now. Where's the freaking sugar? Come on. Hand sanitizer. No. There was, all of the cleaning aisles were very, very well stocked, except when you got to where the antibacterial wipes were supposed to be. Nothing. The entire shelf was empty. Good night, Emily. It was nice to have you with us. Clorox wipes, yeah, no, none of that. We had none of that. And that didn't surprise me. It was the randomness of like no sugar that was surprising to me. And yeast, I was like, come on, people. And very select types of pasta were all out. It was, I was fascinated more than anything, but as I'm walking by, I looked down the toilet paper aisle and I was like, oh look, I could buy toilet paper if I needed it. Huh. And then I don't know why I'm driving through Target, but apparently I'm driving through Target. My shopping cart, that's a little better. And I was like, fascinating. I've heard masks don't do much to stop you from catching it. It's more to help you prevent spreading it. Yeah, that's exactly what the infographic was implying. So it was a fascinating thing to see, and it's a weird world we live in. Like, I went to my P.O. box yesterday, like, business as usual, and I even walked in, and she's like, hey, haven't seen you in a while, you know, you have a package? You're the one that always gets a bunch of cards, which hasn't happened since Christmas, mind you, but they all knew who I was because I was getting the massive influx of Christmas cards from all of you guys, and so I'm the girl who gets all the cards now. But I went to my P.O. box like business as usual, and no big deal. I went to the food truck and picked up my acai bowls that I was so excited about. Garbage day. I was like, the garage is opening and I don't know why. Garbage day. So like, at some points it feels so normal. And then at the same time, I have to stop and go, except we're in the middle of a global pandemic. Weird. Like, I don't know. Does anyone else have that disconnect where like sometimes it's normal and then you have to remember that this is absolutely not normal? Like, Just back and forth all day, every day. It's weird. Like, I'm so used to my husband working from home now that, like, when he goes back to work, it's going to be bizarre. It's a very strange world we live in. I've seen people with lips drawn on their mask with lipsticks. Yeah, I considered doing that too. I've heard people without babies were hoarding formula. I'm sorry, why? Why? Why would you hoard formula if you don't have a baby? That doesn't make sense. Correct me if I'm wrong. Am I missing something? Like, why would you need formula if you didn't have a baby? Toilet paper, I at least understand. We all use that. Saw some hooligan using a headband over his mouth. I'm surprised he wasn't stopped and asked to leave for not complying with the law. Well, sometimes you do what you gotta do. I'm planning on getting an acai bowl sometime. Yep. Yeah. Mick, that's very lucky if you happen to find it in the store. Grab it. It's like gold. It's more valuable than gold right now. Formula lasts longer than milk. But can you... Okay, this might be totally naive of me, but, like, do you use it like milk? I mean, I know babies do, but there's a whole lot of nutrients and stuff that they're trying to replace in terms of breast milk versus formula. But, like, are you gonna put formula on your Cheerios? Is that a thing? I don't know. I'd rather eat the Cheerios dry, thank you very much. I'm not gonna, like, mix up some formula and then throw it in my cake or make frosting out of it. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Save the formula for the babies. You could. Would it taste... I don't know what formula tastes like. I mean, at one point in my life, I'm sure I did, but I couldn't tell you what formula tastes like. But formula fluffy coffee. Oh, Sarah, that would be... Oh, Sarah. Might not taste great. Yeah, I didn't think so. Like, wouldn't it taste like powdered weirdness? I don't know how babies get it down, man. I think it's just panic buying. I know it's just panic buying, but, like, that's weird. At least buy something that makes sense. That's very weird. Save it for the babies. Hashtag save the babies. People. I just don't understand people. All right, my friends. I'm over time. Do we have anything else that needs to be discussed before I let us go? And hopefully chill myself out a little bit before bed. I'm really hoping this doesn't totally jack up my sleep today. Well, then I heard the next thing being hoarded is hair dye. Okay, so that makes sense. Although, have you seen all of the like, disclaimers and PSAs from hairstylists everywhere saying, do not box dye your hair. Don't do it. Just wait it out until I can get my hands on you again. I think it's so funny that, like, people are that desperate to cover their grays. And why? Who are you gonna see? They don't get that supplies are still around if people just shop normally. Exactly. So there are a handful of things, and I'm like, I'll just wait. We don't need these right now. And if I can't find it this time, maybe I'll find it next time. No big deal. It's fine. But yeah, hair dye, I totally understand, but I'm assuming the rest of my family is under strict orders to not box dye their hair as well. Good point. Who are you gonna see? Exactly. Who are you gonna see? So, yeah. Apparently don't dye your hair. Apparently also don't shave areas that you normally would wax. Apparently that's a thing, which I did not know, that you're not supposed to shave areas that you also get waxed. Oh yeah, I'm sure Jackie put you under strict orders. You all are gonna look real pretty with your roots, your blunt root lines. My husband said the next thing will be lotion, dry hands. That makes sense. I have way too much energy, so I'm not planning on sleeping anytime. Have to embrace my roots. Hey man, by the time this is over, maybe you'll decide you don't even want to dye your hair anymore. Have you ever thought of that? It's possible. Meanwhile, I considered, because my little gray streak is coming in here, not that I'm planning on seeing Jackie anytime soon, but my hairdresser played with colored conditioners on her YouTube channel the other day, and I messaged her and I was like, so what if I wanted to do it? And she goes, well, now would be the time. So I'm like, what if I just put, like, a purple streak right here in the front and just color conditioned my grays purple? Why not? I have considered that. Yeah, I mean, you can see what you end up looking like at the end of it. Who knows? My hands are so dry from all the hand washing. Mine too. I have, like, my hands are doing okay, but my cuticles, I have like hangnails and pain around almost all of my fingers. It's bad. I'm really bad about focusing on my cuticles, but I'm like, I'm about to pay for it because I can just feel I'm 2 seconds away from hangnails everywhere, and it's going to be not fun. Really not fun. And also my under eyes are really dry, which has nothing to do with hand washing, but I don't know why. Like, all of my skin is like, let's just be dry. Everything is dry. Everything's horrible and dry. I don't know why. I want to dye my hair pink. Go for it. Why not? All right, my friends. I'm going to sign off for the night. Thank you for hanging out with me and my over-caffeinated ramblings, because I didn't know what was going to happen tonight, to be quite honest with you, and I don't know what's going to happen for a while. I need your quick little opinions. Zap the answer to me as fast as you can before I sign off. Do we like having just random, completely unplanned chats, or do you guys want to have like a specific topic that we focus on for a while every week? And then if topics, what kind of things do you want to talk about? Because I have a lot of topics that like come to mind, but also I've already made videos on them. So which one? Jamie says yes. Which one, Jamie? Topics or random chats? So like at the same time, I'm like, oh, I could do like how to stay on track in quarantine, but also a bunch of people already did videos on that. So do you really want to talk to me about how to stay on track in quarantine? Random chats. Okay. Okay. Everyone's just all about the weekly community chat where we all just get together and have a blast. Cool. I like that. Hope you sleep tonight. Keep me in your prayers, y'all. Keep me in your prayers that I get some sleep tonight. Oh my word. I promise next week I will not be as caffeinated. I promise. Because now that I know, ignorance is bliss. Ignorance is bliss and knowledge is power. Now that I know what is in that stupid thing, I can be more controlled in my caffeine consumption. I don't really care as long as you have live topics that are cool but not necessary. All right. Randoms are always great. Bounce ideas. Awesome. I like a mix. Random chat was good. 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 Okay. Cool. All right, my friends. I will talk to you later. Have a wonderful night. And do not forget to watch tomorrow's video for some very, very exciting planner stuff. It's fun. It's colorful. It's like Lisa Frank for adults. And it makes me giddy every time I look at it. So if you're at all a planner person, you'll love it. I promise. Have a wonderful, wonderful night, my friends.